Interested in politics, entrepreneurship, culture, art, and lifestyle? Join me, Clyde as we get stories from around Queens, New York State, and the world on Clyde's Corner.
So today, I'm not the assemblyman. I'm an intellectual property lawyer today. Okay. So, do you understand that you have a rich history of coming out with ideas? You have a rich history of innovation. 2,000 years BC. You know what that means? 2,000 years before the birth of Christ. 4,000 years ago, we built the pyramids. And they're still standing. As a matter of fact, people from around the world today marvel at the architecture. You are the founders of mathematics, of astronomy, of technology. On the other side, you also have a history of not protecting your ideas. Right? In class now, many of your children learn about history and science and math, and they're not part of that history.
Right.
We have a history of not protecting our ideas. What about music? Jazz, which is one of the first real native-born music arts of this country. When I first started my practice of law, one of the greats, ultimate greats of jazz, families, broke. Meanwhile, the management of that family get millions of dollars of royalties, of mechanical royalties every quarter. And Daddy didn't even own the copyrights.
Yeah.
He was just performing every day. Lip to be busted. Broke. Who owns your copyright? Who owns these things? Have you ever had an idea of a product that you thought about this product, you had an idea, and then a year later you find it on the shelves? Let's talk about people. Let's talk about folks in minorities. Let's talk about immigrants. Many of us, many of our parents, many of the last generation and current generation had to create their own business, create their own jobs, drive cabs, have a restaurant, have these kinds of family businesses. How many black legacy businesses have you seen out there? How many national franchises? Caribbean, African. How many major brands have you seen from us? Think about this. We are the ones generally that says what is cool, what is new, what is hot. You guys we're in the bastion of tastemakers in New York City, in Harlem, in Brooklyn, in Queens. How many brands, how many things are we creating? Nowadays, we fight about where to manufacture things, where things are getting manufactured, but keep in mind, stuff is not as valuable as it used to be. The ideas are. The creators of it are. So knowing this, do you respect that? What are the ideas behind your business? Are you properly protecting that? Do you understand how to do that? Or are you making the same mistakes of the entrepreneurs of the past? In the past, our entrepreneurs, our parents would work, or whoever it is, would work to the bone. And when they die, the business is dead. Gone. If they're sick, no one can run it. How do you use and protect your idea so that you can leverage this stuff and other people could work it for you? When we talk about, so what are these? And this is all around us. When someone says that they are a Century 21 real estate agent, that means that they sell real estate, but they pay licensing fees to the brand Century 21. Someone owns that brand. When you're a Wachovia mortgage broker, Wachovia is a brand. You're paying licensing fees to that brand. Are you, whether you're providing goods or services, are you leveraging these concepts? Are you leveraging these ideas? We're sitting in a place now where we're sitting at this conference that was birthed by Stacy, faithpreneur. She came up and said, listen, I want to protect this concept called faithpreneur. I said, Stacy, I'm not sure if we could do that. I mean, when I looked at it, it was difficult. You remember that process, Stacy?
Sure do.
Now, I'm the lawyer trying to figure it out. I said, Stacy, I see some problems here. I see some blah, blah, blah. Stacy said, no, look, Clyde. There's no option. We're getting this name. Lo and behold, I can't explain it. Andrew, remember, we registered them, and this happened for a number of her trade. She came out with, how are you going to own Destiny Designers? I mean, I looked at it, I was like, Stacy, there's problems out here. I don't know if we can. The blessings that she has of looking at and making sure she owns brands is a very powerful thing. If you are in the space of providing content, do you properly own that content? Are you properly building a brand? Do you own the copyrights? If you're coming out with products, does it need to be patented? If you're providing services, you start off providing the services yourself, but for you to build and grow for others for you to be able to license it, there has to be a brand that other people can fall under. Now, when you own these intellectual properties and when you own these copyrights, trademarks, and patents, this is for this country. Are you doing stuff in other countries? If you are continuing to do business without owning these core assets, you are making mistakes of the past that doesn't make sense. In order to leverage your copyright, your trademarks, your brands, your patents, you have to own them. Mm-hmm. You have to have that conversation. Now, I'm going to go, the next go around, I'll explain these different pieces, but I have to have you understand the importance of you guys protecting your ideas. It's like sports. You've seen how people say, oh my gosh, Mike Tyson lost $300 million. This person lost all this money. And then you see the new person going down the same road. What about you? What about you?
That was a drop the mic. Some people were like, Jesus.